Honorable Vice Chancellor, SKUAST Kashmir, and Chief Guest for the occasion, Professor Nazir Ahmed Ganai, distinguished dignitaries across different institutions of the Valley, revered officers of SKUAST Kashmir, Dean, Faculty of Veterinary Sciences, Professor Mohammad Tufail Bande, Dean, Faculty of Sericulture, Professor Khurshid Ahmed Sahaf, Dean, Faculty of Forestry, Professor Sajad Ahmed Gangu, Dean, Faculty of Fisheries, Professor Feroz Ahmed Bhatt, Head, Division of Animal Biotechnology, and Coordinator of DST-sponsored Center of Excellence for Antimicrobial Resistance in One Health, Professor Saeed Mudassir Andrabi, other heads of divisions, scientists, media persons, participants, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. I, Dr. Hina, Senior Assistant Professor, Division of Animal Biotechnology, feel privileged to walk you through this inaugural program for the twin programs at the Division of Animal Biotechnology. First and foremost, being the proud moment of inaugural of DST-funded Center of Excellence for Antimicrobial Resistance in One Health, and secondly, the inaugural of our 5 days workshop come training program on bioengineering and assisted reproduction in animal health and production. Moving on with today's program schedule, I would now request Professor Riaz Ahmed Shah, Professor Animal Biotechnology and Head MLRI SKUAST-K, to kindly come up to the lectern and deliver a formal welcome address. Please, sir.
Assalamu alaikum and a warm welcome to all present here for the joint inaugural function of first in the country mega funded Center of Excellence on Antimicrobial Resistance and a 5-day workshop on bioengineering and assisted reproduction, including cutting edge CRISPR-Cas based gene editing technology. It's a matter of pride for the organizers of the program that we have with us the founder and architect of the Animal Biotechnology Division, gracing the occasion as chief guest, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, the visionary and innovative mentor, Professor Nazir Ahmed Ganai. This division and faculty welcomes you with a pride. We were expecting Dr. Saeed Abid Rashid, Director SIKIMS, with us, but due to his busy schedule, he couldn't reach here. So we have with us our invited guest, Professor Ifat Hassan Shah was Principal GMC was expected to be here, but couldn't also make. So I welcome other officers of the university present here, and comprising of Dean, Faculty of Veterinary Sciences, Professor Mohammad Tufail Bande, Dean, Students Welfare, and Head Division of Veterinary Parasitology, Professor Rafiq Shardar, Chief Librarian and Head Division of Veterinary Pathology, Professor Shoaib Kamil, all their wholehearted support. I welcome the representatives from premier healthcare research institutions, SIKIMS and JVC, who are collaborating partners with us in this antimicrobial resistance program. We have Professor Muhammad Ashraf Ganai. I believe he is on the way and he will be joining us. And who is a revered scientist in the field of endocrinology. Professor Irfan Rabbani, Principal JVC Srinagar, Professor Simona Saldanha, HOD Gynecology, and Dr. Mudassar Qadri, Additional Professor SIKIMS. Special welcome to Professor Naveed Nazir from Chest Disease Hospital, who is the center forward player against COVID fight in the valley. Further, I welcome guests from sister institutions. From University of Kashmir, we have Dr. Altaf Bhatt, Head Siri, Dr. Manzoor Mir, Head Bioresources Division, Dr. Shaida Anrabi. I welcome them for gracing this occasion. From Triple IM Srinagar, we have with us Dr. Zuhur Pare, a scientist of international repute working in multi-drug resistant tuberculosis, and Dr. Fayaz Malik, as well as Dr. Parvez Qazi. I welcome the HODs of SKUAST, collaborating scientists and staff involved with organizing this event, and above all, the participants of the 5-day workshop and students and research scholars of the Division of Animal Biotechnology. I welcome the representatives from press and media, other supporting staff, including ICT persons involved here, who have contributed immensely for making arrangements for this event. Finally, I welcome you all with the hope and belief that we all stakeholders shall join hands and minds together under the umbrella of One Health towards the fight against antimicrobial resistance. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the welcome address. No one leaves a lasting legacy accidentally, they say. Legacy is something we must intentionally choose and then strive to achieve. Embarking on its journey of legacy, the Division of Animal Biotechnology, now for almost 14 years, was early conceived as the brainchild of its first head of division, Professor Nazir Ahmed Ganai, who happens to be the leader of the entire institute, SKUAST-Kashmir, Professor Nazir Ahmed Ganai. The legacy lived on and lived well and was passed on to the next heir, Professor Riaz Ahmed Shah, the second HOD of the Division of Animal Biotechnology, who is renowned all over the world for successfully cloning the world's first Pashmina goat, Noori. Now, passing on the legacy to the next heir, Professor Saeed Mudassir Andrabi, who today are witness to this proud movement of the establishment of the Center of Excellence for AMR in One Health approach. I now request our head of division, Professor Saeed Mudassir Andrabi, to kindly come up to the lectern and address the august audience. So please.
Thank you, Dr. Hina. Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to all. I am Mudassar. I am the coordinator. I will briefly introduce myself. I am the coordinator of this Center of Excellence on AMR. It is my proud privilege. It is my proud privilege to see here the galaxy of the scientists all over the Kashmir who have accepted our invitation to support us for a wonderful event, inaugural function of Center of Excellence on Antimicrobial Resistance in One Health. Today marks a significant milestone in ongoing battle of antimicrobial resistance. We are here to establish first Center of Excellence in AMR on One Health. It is kind, completely a novel one, and in the Jammu and Kashmir, we are first time established this Center of Excellence. You know, during last decade, there has been alarming increase in the multi-drug resistance bacteria across the globe due to intrinsic and acquired mechanisms by antibiotic resistance, making therapeutics a serious concern and challenge. The misuse and overuse of antibiotics in healthcare settings, veterinary settings, agriculture has led to spread and emergence of this antimicrobial resistance. Understanding the mechanisms of this multi-drug resistance can lead to develop strategies to combat this menace. As per the recent report of WHO, AMR alone could contribute to million deaths annually, 10 million deaths annually by 2050. If left unattended, the AMR could reduce the GDP by 3.4 trillion US dollars, and 2.4 million people will be pushed to extreme poverty by next 10 years. AMR is therefore detrimental to low and middle income countries. A coordinating effort of public health sector people involved with health sector, veterinary professionals, agriculture people, farmers, environmentalists could help to combat the AMR. In this direction, I should apprise we have taken the lead to get the first center of excellence on AMR in the health, in One Health domain. Only, I should apprise you, only 2 centers were given at the national level. And SKUAST is the one who bagged the top funding to the tune of 2,500 crores. And you know the next runner, I should mention here the name. It is no more than Dr. Professor Sandeep Verma, the ex-Secretary General of the SERP. He got 15 crores and we in the SKUAST got 25 crores. Thank you. The consortium partner with us are SICMS, it is IMTech and IIT Kanpur. I should tell you that in this whole center of excellence, we are focused in One Health. Our main objective is One Health. That we are focused on health sector, we are focused on agriculture and veterinary-based sciences, and we are focused to also environmental-based. Here we will be taking care of completely agriculture and veterinary, and for the health, SICMS will take care of the health. And IMTech, in association with the IIT, they will take care of the this environmental sciences. So the broader objective, I should tell you, that it is a surveillance. The first objective is the surveillance across the 318 districts we have selected across the country. The surveillance will be done using the AI and machine learning based algorithms. Second objective, we are focused to develop point of care diagnostic tools like paper-based sensing chips. We have some leaders so that we could see the antibiotic resistance at the field level. And third, we are in the phase to understand the mobile as well as the stationary resistome across these all platforms, where we use metagenome as well as we use whole genome approaches. And third, we are focused to develop alternative to antibiotics to reduce the antibiotic this control, to reduce the antibiotic menace. For that, we are using the nanomaterials, we are using polymers, we are using another is antimicrobial peptides, we will be using vaccines, and we will be using for antimutagenic inhibitors too. So in this objective, all the data, sir, I will apprise you from all these centers who are coordinating us will come to us finally, and we will validate here the data, and that data will be connected to the national and international websites. In this sir, Center of Excellence, we have been given huge instrumentation. I should apprise here the scientific fraternity. It is like we are getting here a robotics air system for detecting the AMR. What is it? Just you could put a sample. It is a robotics-based machine where you can get the MIC, and you can get the antibiotic resistance in one go to the nearly 100 of the antibiotics which can give the profile. And it is the first kind of the machine that we are targeting it from the Italy to be here. So apart from that, we will be having the confocal microscope, we are having the fax, and we are having the digital PCR, we are having the citation 5 and other high-end equipment. Besides, we are having a dedicated cell of data analyzation. I will sell you a short mini IT cell for collecting the data and making the databases. This is the work. So for that, I should tell you, these facilities in our center, as the dream of the Vice Chancellor is, these will be open to all people, all the scientists who are interested, and they will be now customized to the other people who are interested to work for these instrumentation. And I will apprise you briefly that it is not only that we have taken the lead, and you may have heard about the School of One Health in the SKUAST-K. If you Google, there may be only few schools in the India, and SKUAST took it the lead to establish the School of One Health in the SKUAST. That shows the dynamism of our Honorable Vice Chancellor. We have a dedicated artificial intelligence and machine learning center over here. So there are a lot of prospects from the scientists, not only the Kashmir region, but all over the globe, to collaborate, to participate in this science. So, and I will tell you here, my dear colleagues, because most of the people who have invited us here are revered. They are leaders in the science, we know. And we are working here in the SKUAST, 5 vaccines we are working. And our division is working on 3 vaccines. I want to share a short story. We have developed a recombinant vaccine on this salmonella, and it is now, we have completed the mass field trials, and the vaccine is with third-party validation. It is ready to go industry. And apart from all that, we are working on the poultry-based coronavirus. We are working on IBD. We are working on other CRISPR-Cas genome editing-based technologies for just making the birth of live, birth of gene editing animals. So in this division, these activities are. Apart from all that, most of the research is technology oriented. What we are doing, bioengineering sciences. In the bioengineering, I should apprise you, we have also leads. We have developed a genetic engineered polymeric scaffolds, that those scaffolds are basically a bandage films. On those bandage films, we have pumped the stem cell exosomes. So we have completed the preclinical trials. Dr. Sumuna, we are collaborated with the Dr. Sumuna from the SICMS and other people from this plastic surgery to just go for the clinical trials and validation of material. We have developed a polymeric scaffold in this our center of biotechnology, a cream for wound healing and the fissures that is available. The same cream is we are having completed the preclinical trials, and it is going to now SICMS again with the collaboration of people over there. And to apprise you, sir, it is a wonderful again to share how we are connected with the. It is not only the veterinary institution, but it is the institution we have kept our open domains. We are working with the SICMS people. We are working with the CD people. We have developed another rickettsial infection kit, a first kind of kit in the world, I should say here. All the tests for the rickettsial up to now are available. It is based on the ELISA or it is VLFlex. But we have developed a real-time based rickettsial kit. We have validated that kit for 200 patients. Now that kit is ready to go market. I should apprise you here. And simultaneously with Nazir, a very generous and a humble person, and we are working here with him as COPD. We have identified some epigenetic markers based on the digital droplet PCR, a new technology itself, just to prognosis a patient so that before he can go to the COPD conditions. So these are the leaders, my dear friends, and the scientists who are here. I should apprise you that we are doing a world-class and technology-oriented research in the SKUAST. So I believe that this center of excellence, which we got nationally, and uh, has a lot of scope to work together. We should join our hands to fight the AMR menace in this region completely. We open our doors just to come forward and show your worth, show your desire. We are ready to collaborate with you. Thanks for this very much your interest, because I know you have shown your interest to join this issue. And this is the event where our Honorable Vice Chancellor had desired to just to inaugurate this Center of Excellence on this day. And there is another, we are in this division, apart from these technologies, and we are producing a human resource. We are imparting our time, efficient training to the students. Today, we are having the workshop. Also, we are inaugurating a workshop. It is on bioengineering and reproductive assisted technologies in animal health and reproduction. The word is animal health and reproduction, because you know most of the animals are now transnational. After that, goats are transnational animals. We cannot go directly human until unless we go to rat, rabbits, and the goats. So we have this very wonderful workshop while we are giving the exposure to the students to use bioengineering techniques and advanced reproductive technologies like genome editing, like CRISPR-Cas technologies, where they will be giving the exposure. I thank you once again all. I thank you, my revered HODs, my fellow colleagues, the students who have desired, showed their interest to join this occasion. With these words, I should take off and say you goodbye, and thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your address. Together is a word. Together is a wonderful place to be, as teamwork divides the task and multiplies the success. We at SKUAST-K really appreciate the presence of all our revered dignitaries from the different institutions across the valley and really acknowledge your presence in this inaugural program. We would really appreciate sharing of opinions from the different dignitaries across the valley. I first would request Professor Nazir Naveed Shah from CD Hospital, Srinagar, to kindly come up to the lectern and share his opinion on the occasion. Please, sir.
Thank you very much, respected Honorable Vice Chancellor Nazir Ahmad Ganai Sahab, Professor Ashraf Ganai Sahab, Professor Rabbani, Dr. Simona, deans of various departments and faculty of the university, and my dear friends. First of all, I would like to thank you to have invited me on this podium. And first of all, congratulations for establishment of the Center of Excellence in the university and first of its kind in the country. Well, AMR is a global issue and a burning issue right now. As Professor Mudassir Saab told us regarding the statistics of the growth of the menace in the whole world, we see that this problem is not bound by boundaries. Although we see the menace is more in the underdeveloped countries, but it's rapidly spreading towards all over the world. We see with the growth, with the increase in the life expectancy, and with the emergence of various immunocompromised conditions, these kinds of patients are predisposed to develop infections. And with the use of, rather misuse or overuse or even underuse of antibiotics in such patients has led to the emergence of this AMR. If statistics are to be seen as Dr. Mudassir told, we see over the last 1 year there have been 1.4 million deaths which have been attributed directly to AMR. and around 4.9 million deaths have been attributed indirectly to AMR. So you see how the menace is putting a huge overload on the healthcare systems. By emergence of AMR, you see you have to develop the advanced healthcare systems, you have to develop the ICUs in order to take care of such a huge problem. But where from does it emerge? Who is responsible for it? We see it has to be as Dr. Mudassir told, it has to be a partnership of all the departments. It has to be animal health, it has to be human health, it has to be the plant technology, it has to be the environmentalists who have to take care at every point to get rid of this menace. Overuse of pesticides in the agricultural sector, overuse of antibiotics in human as well as animals has led to the emergence of antibiotics. Let us take an example, because we are as healthcare professionals, how we are responsible for the emergence of this antimicrobial resistance. Let's take an example. We are all humans, we are all patients. Suppose somebody develops an upper respiratory tract infection among us. Usually, most of the times, the first point of contact is the pharmacist or a medical assistant. And what he does, he gives us a cocktail of an antibiotic and maybe a cough mixture or an anti-cold to take care of our symptoms, without thinking whether the patient really needs an antibiotic or not. He gives a cocktail, the patient improves, he may be having a viral infection, it improves by itself in 5 to 7 days, although the patient may think that taking a drug for 3-4 days has improved it. Second point of time, we as physicians, once we look at the patients, a patient comes to us with a symptom of an upper or lower respiratory tract, maybe an infection. The patient is so much biased, he does not describe his symptoms usually. He comes to us and simply tells us, डॉक्टर साहब हमें इन्फेक्शन हो गया है, छाती का इन्फेक्शन है, गले का इन्फेक्शन है. And so we see the patients are biased in itself, that it might be a simple viral infection or it may be a simple allergy. But the patient sort of forces the doctor to write an antibiotic for him. A doctor should have at that point of time, he should have the understanding to make the patients understand, that will disseminate the voice across the community, that symptoms are more important rather than taking the drugs. And if a doctor explains it to the patients attending to him, that the symptoms may not be due to infection, or it may be a simple viral infections which may not need antibiotic at all, and a simple symptomatic treatment can get rid of his symptoms in a simple period of time. So it's the responsibility of the doctors also who are attending to the patients to disseminate among the people the importance of non-usage of antibiotics, not usage of antibiotics. If the patient does not simply, he gives him a symptomatic treatment, the patient goes outside, goes to the pharmacist and asks him, ये दवाई किसके लिए है, ये दवाई किसके लिए है. When the patient has told him that I have an infection, if he does not prescribe an antibiotic, he tells usually the pharmacist that मुझे तो infection है, मुझे तो antibiotic दिया ही नहीं, and he goes to some other doctor. So importance is regarding the education of the masses, regarding the importance of not prescribing antibiotics to a person rather than giving him a cocktail of medicine to take care of his symptoms, which would otherwise also go in a short period of time. I simply remember incidents which happened to me. I was a doctor. My grandmother got operated for CA breast in a Kashmir setting, not in anywhere else. The post-operative, the patient was not given any antibiotics at all. I asked the doctor, you have done a surgery, there's a risk of infection, she is elderly, immunocompromised. The doctor was so confident that no, there is no need of antibiotics. I have given a per operative shot of ceftriaxone that should take care of any risk of infection, and he does not need. I kept my fingers crossed, did not give any antibiotics, and the patient did not have any symptoms at all. But you see in the present healthcare settings, a patient goes to anywhere, any department, the first drug which is prescribed is the antibiotics. I think there should be a mass awareness among the people, the healthcare officials, to disseminate the importance of non-usage of unnecessary antibiotics in patients. So I once again congratulate the university for establishment of Center of Excellence and wish you good luck for the workshop. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I would now request another revered guest, Professor Mohammad Ashraf Ganai, Professor Endocrinology, SKIMS, to kindly come up to the lectern and share his opinion. Thank you, sir.
I think as an endocrinologist, I will save some energy of going there.
Sure, sir, sure.
Going there. But then you have to burn the energy.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. So first of all, we have to all congratulate to the university for obtaining such an award grant, Center of Excellence. And I am sure under the dynamic leadership of Professor Nazir Saab, many more things are in offing. And I think we may also get some collateral benefit from his dynamism, inshallah. The today's issue which has been discussed by the speakers, that antimicrobial resistance. Of course, it is a complex issue. I will take you a little beyond this. We know that antimicrobial resistance has been taken seriously by US, European agencies. Even in India, there are now initiatives that we should see that it doesn't become a problem in future. But we know that a human being cannot live alone. We have to collaborate now with other divisions as well. But we have to collaborate with aquatic life. We have to collaborate with even fauna and flora. Because we have ICMR. The WHO chief scientist, Dr. Somya, was there, and we were saying diabetes and tuberculosis, and there is high risk. But she opened our mind that she said in India, tuberculosis can never be eradicated. So I told ma'am, why? She said that the monkeys were around that conference hall, monkeys were roaming outside. He said these monkeys, 80% of them are infected. The bovine cows and other, we are trying to eradicate in humans, but the repository is there. Similarly, we sometimes see a focused area. I think that there is only antibiotic issue in human beings. Then when we do not see that the antibiotic coming through the our food items, vegetarian food items, even non-veg food items, those animals which are food animals, whether it is aquatic or otherwise, we have the antibiotic use doses are different, quantities are different, but we finally get this dose. So unless our mind remains open to that concept, that our we are, suppose Dr. was saying a Medicaid is given over the counter. That's fine, because sometimes an infection kills you and he overuses it. But that is a minuscule actually. The bigger amount of antibiotic use is like that. And this antibiotic changes the microbiome now. We have gut microbiome, vaginal microbiome, oral microbiome, even in animals and humans or otherwise. That microbiome changes, genes get transferred. So there are so many ways. It's a very complex issue. And it is not only now microbiome or antibiotic. You go beyond endocrine disruptor chemicals. They alter your microbial diversity in environment, in our body, in animal bodies. So that alteration is also, there is another factor added to. So there are a lot of confounding factors in this. Unless we open our mind to all these dynamics, what was the natural biodiversity, unless we open the mind to that and then read all these processes, see this dynamic process, and then collaborate. Collaboration is the key, because when I am an endocrinologist, I do not know what gynecology is doing. They use antibiotic during pregnancy, and that antibiotic enters in the baby's fetus gut, also gets the microbiome gets altered then. And after 20 years, that boy or girl, we see he has this metabolism. But it has started then. And we have to actually open our mind to this. Research has to be done in a collaborative way. I think Najib Saab is aware of we started an initiative here in J&K almost a decade back. That was again, some idea was given to me by ICMR only. At that time I was in AMS New Delhi. So we thought we will make a research consortium across India. So Dr. Balram Bhargav, who was DG, he told me you start in JK. So we started in JK Ladakh. All the universities and institutions of higher learning, we said we will have some collaboration together. Collaboration would mean that we will have common instrumentation facilities. We will also have exchange programs, and we will actually peer review each other's research ideas, research concepts. We may get joint research proposals. It's a very good example that they have got this antimicrobial, and I congratulate Najir Saab's ideas that he could bring clinicians from various fields. So there is a gynecologist, there is a chest medicine, there is a radiologist, there is an endocrinologist, and other people from diverse fields. This is where we have to brainstorm. This is where you need to alarm me. Dr. Saab, you are only seeing endocrinology, there is some other dimension to it. Dr. Saab, you are only seeing gynecology, you have other dimensions. These, once we are aware of these dimensions, then we can think of paving a way for more understanding, more research. Then we can give these our ideas to policy planners, and they can take our advice only once we have a hardcore data. We tell them, yes, this is an antibiotic, or there is some, suppose, leave antibiotics. There is, and DDT is being used for mosquitoes today in India. These, we think they are saying if it is so many parts per million in concentration, it is dangerous. Now they have at many places all these. Always these are banned. But I tell you, it is still being used. So it's similar. It's not only DDT. I mean, so many anti-fungicides are these things are used. And here we need to have a collaborative work. We have to see that what is its impact on flora, fauna, and our life, and other microbia, and our genes. And at that moment, we can have a quick, crisp message, crisp guideline for the policy planners, and they can easily execute it. So this project Center of Excellence, I am very happy that we are part of it, but we need to actually I will request all of you to be aware of this consortium which we have made. And I would like that all people should give their ideas. We had 2-3 brainstormings held. You give these ideas where we can do collaborative work and we can come under consortium, and consortium can be a good platform for reaching to various funding agencies, national, international, to obtain major grants. Like we can want 500 crore grant for instrumentation in Jammu or Kashmir region, or even Ladakh, or we want mega grants for doing multiple projects where we have multiple small investigators from various fields. So that type of a scenario can be built up in this place. And I think Agriculture University SKUAST has taken a lead in this area. And I promise, and I also assure Dr. Najib Saab that from consortium side, where I am the convener, as well as from Sikkim side, we assure you that we will collaborate every time in these programs, and we are open to providing you any patient samples or patient data, or even trying whatever in our patient population, because ultimately our goal has to be betterment of human life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, as Dr. Mudassir Qadri, Additional Professor, Medicine from SKIMS, has joined us, we welcome you, sir, to the inaugural function. We today have with us Professor Irfan Rabbani, Principal JVC Srinagar. Being from the medical fraternity, we expect very health conscious people. So I would again take the liberty to request you to kindly come up to the lectern and kindly express your opinion on the occasion, sir. Thank you, sir.
Greetings and a very good morning to all of you. I hope I am audible. It is indeed a pleasure to be here in this August gathering, being chaired by the Honorable Vice Chancellor of SKUAST, Professor Nazir Ahmed Ganai. It is equally gratifying to see in this August gathering the presence of scientists drawn from different fields. We have biotechnologists, endocrinologists, biology scientists, microbiologists, pharmacologists, surgeons, gynecologists, and many, many more. And before I start, I want to congratulate the SKUAST University for having won the Center of Excellence in Antimicrobial Resistance for this institution. It is a time to celebrate, and they need a wide round of applause. We know antimicrobial resistance is posing a great threat to humanity. As Professor Ashraf Saab was telling us, that it's not only humans who are being threatened, but it is the entire cycle, the entire system of biodiversity, flora, fauna. And as he said, when Madam, the chief of this WHO, I'm forgetting her name, yes, Dr. Swaminathan told him that tuberculosis would never go. The repository is there. So we have to be aware of such threats. And I think this is the right forum. They have made an initiative where people from different institutions, universities, scientists, they come together, they collaborate, there is exchange of ideas, there is exchange of skills. And then we come together with a definite program, how to combat such threats. After all, I believe that technology finally should find use in the society. And it's equally important that the technology that we develop should be affordable, and it should reach the last man in the last village of the country. That is what technology is all about. We know this is a time of robotics, a time of artificial intelligence, but then I think we don't have to fight with these. We have to use them. We have to use these tools to ensure that we go in for better deliverance of such technologies to the last man, as I said, in the last village of the country. And I'm sure that with an interdisciplinary approach and with a collaborative approach, we would come closer to our aim of finally serving the society in whichever better way we can. As Dr. Ashraf said, that from SKIMS, we are always there to provide our part. Dr. Naveed Nazir is here from Government Medical College, Srinagar. I'm sure GMC and its different departments would also collaborate to ensure that the scientific consortium that Dr. Ashraf was talking about, it finds a due place in the medical and the biological ecosystems in Jammu and Kashmir. Before I conclude, I want to thank the organizers for inviting me here and to be amongst such an enlightened gathering. Thank you all very much, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. We have here a galaxy of dignitaries from varied institutions across the valley. So I would now request, keeping in mind the paucity of the time, for each dignitary to kindly share a 2 minutes opinion, whatever they find feasible, maybe to the lectern or there only, about the occasion, please. Dr. Simona, please.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is heartening, encouraging, and quite appreciable that you have this event that you're holding here today, and a very heartfelt congratulations for this. I think the awareness of this program should be spread because the intention is quite honorable and the need of the hour. And I must say that it will go a long way in paving a path for respectable and disciplined microbial institution by the professionals at all the levels. Once again, congratulations. And from SKIMS, from the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology, Mudassir Saab, wherever you are, I must say, you have our support at every level, and we appreciate your efforts. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now I would request Dr. Mudassir Kadri from SKIMS to kindly brief the audience.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected VC dignitaries. So first of all, let me congratulate everyone. This is a big achievement for SKUAST to get this AMR program over here. So basically, AMR and AMSP, it's a passion for me. We got this project at SKIMS. I'm running a project at SKIMS Sora, Antimicrobial Stewardship Program, and I got this project in 2018. So we completed the first phase. We are in the second phase of the project now. And I know I have already discussed with Dr. Mudassir that we can collaborate and we can do a lot of work on this. We have recently gone through a big epidemic that's COVID-19. But I think we are undermining the epidemic of antimicrobial resistance. COVID-19 came and almost went away, but this epidemic of antimicrobial resistance is there, it's simmering, and it's a threat to the humanity. And we have to take care, we have to collaborate, and we are always there for cooperation, collaboration in any way you want us to participate. Once again, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, having covered the medical fraternity, we would now move on to the parallel University of the Kashmir, that is University of Kashmir. We would like representatives from the University of Kashmir to kindly share their opinion. Dr. Manzoor Ahmed Mir, so please.
Assalamu alaikum to all of you, and thanks for inviting us from the University of Kashmir. We have been working on tuberculosis and other drug resistance pathogens at University of Kashmir also. This is an occasion where not only the SKUAST should celebrate it, but it is the occasion for celebration for the entire region. I must say that because this IMTech, where from I did my PhD way back in 2002 to 2006, that is now the IDA, International Depository Authority for this microbial genomics and all that. And having collaborated with that such a reputed institute and the International Research Institute and the IIT Kanpur, this is really an occasion of celebration. And this is the way to go forward, how we should collaborate between different institutions, which just leaving away the barriers what we have in this part of the world. So I congratulate once all of you. And I think that this should be also taken to the extension levels. Like we have in society, should be a mass word spread across the valley. We should have run campaigns in different colleges, in different institutions across, in terms disseminating the information that we have an epidemic looming around of antimicrobial resistance, and people need to be aware about that. There are different stakeholders, the society is there, the even the imams of the masjids and all that, that can be roped in. Then colleges and schools, at least the medical fraternity, the academicians across the board. Then there is a mass spread awareness that we have a epidemic of AMR looming around us. We need to take steps before it is too late for us. And this is a wonderful opportunity of having collaboration with different institutions, like we are having the premier tertiary care hospital like SKIMS, and then we are having not only these, whatever you had mentioned were here, but if you are spreading this across the board, we have different SKUAST is there, then there is IUST is also there. You can have broader collaborations with them also, or rope in their expertise, so to make it more dynamic and make it more collaborative. I congratulate Professor Nazir Ganai Saab, whom I have been seeing since last 3-4 years actively from Delhi, even when I attended that one of this in Australia collaboration and all that. So you have been doing a wonderful job, sir, across this, not only in terms of innovations and skill development, but in terms of research. And that is the main job of the universities to go for. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have with us Dr. Altaf Bhatt, Head Center for Interdisciplinary Research and Innovations, University of Kashmir. I request you, sir, to kindly share your opinion.
Assalamu alaikum, Honorable Vice Chancellor and all the dignitaries here. So thank you for inviting me. So it's a proud moment, as other colleagues have already mentioned, not only for SKUAST, but I think it's a proud moment for the entire J&K in general, and SKUAST in particular. And I congratulate Honorable Vice Chancellor and the team who have been successful in getting this grant. I know, getting such grants, it is, you need to come to a different level. These are highly competitive, and your research proposal, your presentations, your defense, I think it has to be at entirely different level, then only you will get such grants. So, it is such initiatives which have a multi-dimensional impact on our society, on our institutions. It is through these initiatives that we inspire our young generations towards science. We, improve the quality of science. We improve student training, and also, address problems which our society is facing. And I'm really impressed by the comprehensive and the multidimensional approach that is being adapted under the Center of Excellence to address different dimensions of antimicrobial resistance. And I'm sure this center will handhold other departments, institutions within the region who have an interest in addressing microbial resistance problem. So once again, congratulations, and from University of the Kashmir, wherever you need our support, we'll be always there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Today we have participation from core scientist at IIIM Srinagar. I would now request Dr. Zahoor Parre, IIIM Srinagar, to kindly share his opinions.
Assalamu alaikum. So I do share the same feelings that many of the speakers have said. Congratulations. But I must remind you that every congratulation inherently comes with the sense of responsibility. So we have shared the first part. I will take you to the next part. The first thing is we have discussed about the collaborations, but the sense of broadness with respect to antimicrobial resistance is lacking. I think one of the first speakers, Professor Naveed Sahab, who spoke about the collaborations, I must say we should look how WHO led church to collaborate with scientists and doctors to curb AMR. We in Kashmir need to link mosque, Gurdwara, Mandir, in the similar aspect to curb it at societal level. Indeed, Professor Naveed Sahab might be knowing the first paper from their hospital that Dead Bake, if my memory goes correct, 1882, does reflect the part of church, St. Paul, in curbing epidemiological diseases. This is point number one. Point number two is when you are in AMR, you need to know you are batting against Shaib Akhtar. The sense is that AMR changes definition every 4 years. No country has national action plan against AMR that does not redefine definition of AMR after 4 years. We in India have national action plan of AMR. Right now we are in the 9th AMR definition, that is 2022 to 2026. So I urge the leadership here, when we are accepting the role of collaborationists, we should not waste the time in OMs. Because whatever a researcher does in his lab, it by default in AMR takes 10 years to be in the clinic. But by then the definition of AMR changes. So if we skip with these OMs, the purpose of this center would be lost. That is my second point. Third point is complexity has been discussed, the complexity of the AMR. But it is very important for us to read this novel written by Frank Lyon. The best learning for the center would come from this novel, that is the title Tuberculosis, the story of success that was never told. It tells you the success of modern medicine, triumphs and tragedies, troughs and crusts. Because AMR is the best way of research, where today you will be convinced you have success. Next day you will feel whatever I did is lost because of one mutation. So if you do not have periodic meetings about this center, the progress would be questionable. That is, and fourth thing is, that would be my last message for this center, because for me it was dream. My whole career spans AMR. It was dream to have this center in Kashmir. But the lacuna that comes in AMR is that, let us search this DBT site that hiddenly has one message. Why bright minds in India are leaving AMR research. And I must share two reasons. Dr. Mudassir, it is noteworthy. One is that industry does not support AMR research. It is not diabetes. You develop drug, you are there for life. But industry will not support you. You have to be challenging right from the foundation stone. That is the only way that our research should be dynamic. Let me share the last point with the relation that this FDA approved the last drug, OPD. Within third clinical trial, they observed AMR against it. So they have to go back for 1,300 chemical scaffolds to search a new alternative molecule that will just hit one single mutation. While my heart congratulations puts you all, that we all deserve congratulations from Kashmir for this center. But my mind stresses you that it is not the point to celebrate. It is the point to coordinate for work with persistence. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your remarkable insights. We definitely noted down. Now I would request Dr. Fayaz Malik, Senior Scientist, IIIM Srinagar, to kindly share his views.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I think my colleague has left nothing for me to say, because he's an expert in the field. And first of all, I congratulate the whole team and under the guidance of the Vice Chancellor, that who were able to get this grant here. It was really a dream for all of us, because normally getting these kind of centers it has not been possible from last several years, despite we have tried in our institution at IIIM a lot, but we couldn't get through, despite having hope that we'll get it one day, but it was still delayed. But this itself is a great achievement, and remaining the support which you are talking about, the collaborations, all that, I think we all should be sincere and very, make the commitment, and commitment should, be very committed when we say we are going to collaborate. And commitment should come what part we should play in making this center, which is our own center now, to make it, after establishing, to make it success. So the message should go from this center to all over country that, we have this center and we make it successful. So this should become an example for others, so that by making this center successful, we make it other research centers which are highly needed at this place. And for that, our institution, as you said, this AMR is a huge challenge, and I think our institution, IIIM, has been working for a long time. These are AMR, research, and they have developed, they have actually screened out a lot of small molecules which can be useful, or you can collaborate with those scientists, and I think that can be edge to make this institute successful. And I wish you all the best, and we'll be always there to cooperate with you, whatever is needed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We today have representation from the Islamic University of Science and Technology, Dr. Asif Asad. I request you, sir, to kindly express your opinion.
Sorry, I should apprise you first before I should introduce Asif. He is the man who I have incorporated while we were writing the project. At that time, we were not having the Artificial Intelligence Center. He is the man who has helped us to frame the first objective in the artificial intelligence, and we should afford this.
Assalamu alaikum, and good morning to all of you. I'm Dr. Asif Asad, and I'm coordinator for Center of Artificial Intelligence at IUST Avantipura. So as Dr. Mudassir told you that we have also, our team has also contributed our bit in writing one of the objectives related to artificial intelligence and machine learning in this AMC. We are collaborating with SKUAST in many projects. So I must take this opportunity to also congratulate you, sir, for establishing the Center for Artificial Intelligence at SKUAST. And incidentally, out of four students, four faculty members that have been selected, there two happen to be our students. So big thank you on that. And as you are aware that artificial intelligence is changing, the world in a big way, and medical science or agriculture is not an exception. So I request, people from medical fraternity, from IIIM, from Kashmir University, from SKUAST, our collaboration, we are ready to collaborate. We will be, we have recently established, we also got a big ticket project on first project that deals with gut microbiota and breast cancer. Like we want to study the effect of gut microbiota on diabetes, and also its association with breast cancer. So our collaboration is open wherever you need our help. So we'll be more than glad to collaborate with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I once again, on behalf of my department, acknowledge your presence and really appreciate your contributions in this initiative. It's an honor that we have with us today our revered chief guest, Professor Nazir Ahmed Ganai, Honorable Vice Chancellor, SKUAST Kashmir. It was almost 14 years ago that, sir, you conceived this brainchild of yours, and down the lane, almost 5 to 6 years, you left us to sail the bigger ships and lead the bigger teams. I'm sorry, before that, I would also request another revered guest, Dr. Shaida Andrabi, to kindly share his opinions.
Thank you, Mudassir Saab, for inviting me. In fact, as all the colleagues mentioned, it is real pleasure to know that SKUAST has taken a lead and got this very big project. So congratulations to Professor Ganai Saab, the Vice Chancellor, Mudassir Saab, Altaf Saab, and Riyaz Saab. And it is great to see all the, one of the wonderful things about this project is that we have scientists or leading clinicians and other people from all the major institutions that includes SKUAST, Kashmir University, IUST, SKIMS, Medical College. So it's a rare opportunity for that has not I have not seen such opportunities earlier. It's a great opportunity for all of us to sit together and brainstorm, as Ashraf Saab earlier mentioned, that we can all brainstorm and think about the problems and the opportunities. And in fact, we have to also connect with the society. So the kinds of the instruments that Mudassir Saab mentioned, it will provide opportunities for all of us to work here and do a world-class science, in fact, for our students as well. And I want to share other things all people have already mentioned. There is nothing more to mention about, but there is one humorous side. I have a friend who once mentioned that to the extent that antibiotics are used, they mentioned that people are on a wedding in Sal, Kashmir. And one of the persons mentioned that I have a pain in the stomach, I cannot eat something. The other person said, antibiotic is so it will be all over. So just for the digestion, for those people who don't understand Kashmiri, so for those, if you cannot digest, then at least take an antibiotic and it will be over. So that is the extent to which people take antibiotics. You go over the counter, and in the Western countries, you cannot take antibiotics without the prescription. Anyhow, congratulations, and we're all here to celebrate and also to collaborate. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, reiterating the fact Vice Chancellor, Professor Nazir Ahmed Ganai. Sir, it's been years that you have come back to your home division, and we, the Division of Animal Biotechnology, are really excited to listen to you and the Faculty of the Veterinary Sciences as well. I take this privilege to request you to kindly walk up to the lectern and kindly brief us with your address. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Hina. Am I audible? क्योंकि मैं इससे पहले जो आवाज़ आ रही थी थोड़ी सी धीमी सी आ रही थी. This is a moment for us to celebrate, and I would say that this is not a moment of celebration for this university. It is a moment of celebration for the entire Jammu and Kashmir. We have taken the lead, and at the country level, if only 2 centers have been established, one is in Jammu and Kashmir, and incidentally it is in Kashmir, and in Kashmir it is in this university. So I personally compliment you and congratulate all of you. For so many number of years, I was just looking after a kind of a platform wherein I would see all the experts, on one page, when we would talk about the One Health concept. And today I'm so pleased that we have been just talking about this concept of One Health, wherein we wanted that the Agriculture University, because major contributors to those predisposing reasons for the diseases in man, I believe they also emerge from the agricultural sciences. We of course do a lot as far as your food security is concerned, but then nevertheless, lots of terrible kind of things we are also responsible of. So, but then if we have done that, we thought that we have to undo it. We thought that therefore we must take the lead. And if we are on one side, the reasons for the kind of the challenges to the environment, the challenges to the society. मेरे ख्याल में आप लोग मेरे से सहमत हो जाएंगे कि 1960 से पहले जो हमारा सब कुछ साफ था, पानी बड़ा साफ था, माहौल साफ था, हमारा फूड इट वाज सो प्योर, नॉट अडल्ट्रेटेड, हवा साफ था, जो हमारे घर के आसपास जो वो परिंदे चरिंदे हमें, मुझे तो लगता है कि वो बड़ा जबरदस्त खूबसूरत सा म्यूजिक हमको लगता था सुबह सुबह. When I was a small child and I will go to school in the mornings at 9, and my mother and my grandmother would खाना बनाते थी, देती थी बच्चों को. हम 4 5 6 बच्चे एक ही जॉइंट फैमिली में थे, तो we will leave that whole area messy. तो कोई सफाई नहीं करता था. खिड़की खोल के सारे जानवर, चिड़ियां, बुलबुल अंदर आके उसको साफ कर देते थे. उसके बाद you see what the damage we have done to the soil, to the waters, because in lust, I say in lust, we thought that we must do anything to see that we indiscriminately use those kind of inputs which the nature never allowed. Biodiversity को बहुत ज़्यादा नुकसान हमने पहुंचाया, और उस तरह से जो अब ये जो the heavy metals in your soils, which ultimately goes into your food chain and ultimately lands in your food chain and then impacts the human health, especially the children, the antimicrobial, the residues of the antibiotics, and on top of that, the pesticides, the fungicides, which go into the food chain. और एक तरफ से तो हम रिस्पॉन्सिबल है और दूसरी तरफ से हमारी मेडिकल फ्रेटर्निटी बहुत ज्यादा रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, क्योंकि दुनिया में सिर्फ मेडिकोज हमारे यहाँ पे ही नहीं है, ओनली इन जम्मू एंड कश्मीर और इन इंडिया ओनली, बट देन इन अदर पार्ट्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड दे जस्ट प्ले देयर रोल, दैट हाउ शुड दे कंटेन इट. आई वाज इन लंदन सम टाइम बैक, मेरी डॉटर मेरे साथ थी, एंड देन शी वाज सफरिंग फ्रॉम फीवर, और फीवर था 103 और 104. नवीद साहब, मैं तो ये सोच रहा था उस वक्त कि अगर मैं कश्मीर में, तो इट वुड हैव बीन वेरी इजी फॉर मी टू गेट माय डॉटर ट्रीटेड. आई वुड टेक हर टू सम डॉक्टर एंड ही वुड प्रिस्क्राइब सम maybe third, fourth generation kind of the antibiotics, and my daughter would be okay. I was struggling to find and get the antibiotics for my daughter. और इतना ज्यादा फीवर था उसको, है ना, उस बेड पे जो है ना वो शीट था, तो इट वुड गेट वेट, और हर 10 मिनट बाद हम उसको चेंज करते थे. एंड आई बिलीव दैट फॉर 3 कंटिन्यूअस डेज फिर मेरे पास एक ही ऑप्शन था, या तो पैरासिटामोल देना था, या वाटर देना था, या जो कोल्ड जो है ना स्पॉन्जेस करना था. Then I thought that, because it is too difficult, it's not as simple as it is here. Yes, walk in any doctor's chamber and then get yourself cured. Then I had to just seek some kind of an online advice from a medico, and then the medico would come at that particular slot. So मैं बहुत इसलिए लिया था appointment that he would prescribe some antibiotics, and I will go to the market and purchase them. 15 मिनट देखा अच्छे से, कैमरा को आगे पीछे करो, I will want to just see his throat, वो ये सारा, और उसके बाद he would prescribe just one paracetamol and told me that give some more of waters and go some those cold sponges, and nothing. I was just trying to convince the doctor, please prescribe some medicine, some antibiotics, so that I go to the market and get them. Believe me, मैंने इसको इतना परेशान किया, जो है ना इंडियन मेंटालिटी है हमारी, इतना परेशान, और मुझे तो उसको लगा होगा ये पता नहीं कहाँ से आया, and why is he just agitating me? I was agitating her. But then that lady doctor, she never prescribed. She said, no problem. It is 103, 104. She is okay. It's not bacterial. So just wait for another couple of days. It would be over. And then it was over. दूसरी कहानी कि जब डॉक्टर्स को, मैं कुछ देशों की बात कर रहा हूँ, जब वहां पे डॉक्टर्स को रेट किया जाता है, यहाँ पे किस आधार पे डॉक्टर को रेट किया जाता है? भाई जिसके पास सबसे ज्यादा पेशेंट जाएंगे. In the countryside, you have to just go and give the, doctors are posted in the countryside, गाँव में, कस्बों में. You know how doctors are rated? The one who does not receive the patients, उस डॉक्टर को ज्यादा रेट किया जाता है जिसको पेशेंट कम आते हैं उस अपने एरिया में. मान लो मेरा एरिया कहीं पुलवामा में कोई इलाका है, इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि that doctor plays a very, very important role in that locality. He goes to the people, convinces them, awures them, tells them about better health keeping. So that's another thing I thought that I should share. Or they are the doctors which are paid more, who don't receive too many patients, because the government believes ये जो सारा इलाका है यहाँ पे बिल्कुल ठीक है, यहाँ पे कोई problem नहीं है. So if there is another area where they will see lots of hepatitis patients, lots of people with the dysentery, diarrhea, chest problems, and maybe some other rising cancers as well. So they believe that this doctor is not playing the role not just of a doctor, but he plays the role of a kind of a person who goes and mingles with the society. तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है कि that आज हमारे बीच यहाँ पे जो schemes से, medical fraternity से हमारे learned और डॉक्टर साहिबान हैं, डॉक्टर इरफान रबानी साहब, the principal साहब, डॉक्टर मुदस्सिर साहब ने अभी join किया. Naveed Nazir, I believe that he is known, I believe, nationally with the COVID. The role all of you played the tremendous role. मैं आपको एक credit देता हूँ, मैं नहीं, society देती है credit. हम ये कहते हैं कि यहाँ पे during COVID times जो deaths यहाँ पे कम रहा, it's not just because for some other, but one of the important reasons for that low mortality, during the COVID period was the tremendous services our hospitals and our doctors would provide to the patient care here. और जो लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी थी, जो आज से करीब 40-50 साल पहले करीब 27-28 साल की लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी, उसको आपने लेते लेते करीब 70-76 तक ले आए, और मुझे लगता है आने वाले कुछ सालों में इसको 80 भी करने वाले. तो यू हैव प्लेड अ ट्रेमेंडस रोल in providing the health cover. Dr. Simona, she was so explicit in her comments. Then Dr. Altaf and Dr. Shahida, Dr. Manzoor from Kashmir University, Dr. Zahur Pare was, you are so clear in your arguments that it is not just the moment to celebrate. We have to take the responsibility, and I tell you that that is something which is at the core of this meeting. And then Dr. Fayaz Malik and then Asif Asad, you spoke about so good. Let me first compliment from my side as the Vice Chancellor of this university, the Dean of this faculty, the entire faculty of this very particular College of Veterinary Sciences, and within this college, the Division of Animal Biotechnology, all the faculty there, and Dr. Mudassir Andrabi, who would first ideate it. Things don't just come all of a sudden. ऊपर से कुछ नहीं गिरता है. You have to just first ideate it. So I believe long back he must have given lots of thoughts and ideas that this is a challenge, this is a problem in the society, I can play a role. So you have ideated it, and then you have pursued it, and then you have defended it. Somebody said very correctly that it's not so easy that you are just putting an application to some funding agency and then the project is granted. I know. So they push it through kind of those rigorous kind of processes, review processes. I compliment you for this achievement for this university. This is one of the centers of excellence. I would say and remind to my colleagues, some of our past colleagues, one Dr. Shakil Ahmed Wani, who was here in the Division of Microbiology, has played a tremendous role in the growth of the Division of Microbiology, that he now stands superannuated from this university. But then that division, we have an established very good division and very, very good faculty led by Dr. Altaf and other faculty members there. Dr. Sabia is there. So similarly, at the university level, we have taken certain good initiatives. पहले जब मैंने आपसे कहा कि that ये मुबारकबाद मैं आपको देता हूँ कि हमने कंट्री में एक लीड ले ली है, लेकिन मैं आपको बताऊँ कि हमने कहीं और एरियाज में उन्हें बहुत बड़ी लीड ली है. मैं भी आपसे इससे पहले कह रहा था कि we have done damage to the society, damage to the environment, and we have taken this responsibility that we must come forth and see that how do we undo it. और हमने कैसे undo किया? We have conceived and scripted a project of 500 crore rupees, and that project we got approved by the government of Jammu and Kashmir. A project of 500 crore rupees, and it is an holistic agricultural developmental program. उस project में inbuilt है. It is based on 3 very important pillars. उसके project के पहले पेज पे लिखा हुआ है that if at all now we have moved ahead beyond that green revolution, when food was so scarce and we were with that begging bowl of the food, then we are fortunately a food surplus country. What should be the next strategy for us? हमने कहा it has to be, of course, the nutritional security and economic security of the people. क्योंकि agriculture में we play 2 important roles: the nutritional security of our people and economic security of the people. But then हमारी जो है ना we are really focused. We said that equity is something very, very important. मेरे ख्याल में आज आप debates में सुन रहे होंगे national channels पे equity and kind of जो economy का जो distribution है, say 1% of the total 1% people of the India, they hold 60% of the wealth of the India. The kind of what is being debated today. Equity is one another important pillar, and the third important is the ecosystem. We said that whatever the agriculture would be doing from our university, we have to pay attention to the environment. Our WISP program, we have lots of programs on reducing the use of the antibiotics, the pesticides, the fungicides in agriculture. Especially projects we have, and in that उसमें हमारे कुछ projects हैं, we'll be just roping in the technology. Say for example, if you go for the drones, अगर normally हम 300 liter spray करेंगे किसी भी orchard पे, we may be using just now only just 10 liters. So technology is part of it. And then we also thought that it can't be without the use of the artificial intelligence. It has to be very precise and specific. The other day I was in my orchard at Shalimar. तो मैं अपने colleagues के साथ जा रहा था एक plot of land में, तो वहां पे उन्होंने देखा साहब कोई pest आया है. मैंने कहा what is the solution? They said the solution is that now we'll just go for the spray of this whole block, maybe a block of 1 hectare, 20 canals of land. मैंने कहा no, that's not what we are prescribing from the university. We say that it has to be now targeted. जिस प्लांट के जिस लीफ पे आपको पेस्ट या डिजीज लगता है, that only plant should receive those chemicals, those pesticides. So therefore it is not humanly possible that we do it manually. but that time I would prescribe them, but then we are bringing one the support of the artificial intelligence and machine learning. और मैं आपको बता रहा था कि कंट्री में ये सेंटर भी सारी यूनिवर्सिटीज में पहली यूनिवर्सिटी हमारी है जो सेंटर फॉर आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस एंड मशीन लर्निंग इन एग्रीकल्चर एस्टैब्लिश कर रही है. मैं आपको ये भी बता दूं कि that we are the first in the country among all the institutions, be it the IITs, be it the agriculture universities, be it of 1,013 universities who are starting a program, BTech in artificial intelligence in agriculture. Purpose क्या है कि that if we want to just combat these challenges, it can't be done through those traditional approaches. We have to bring in the technologies. और मैं parallelly मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कि that we are coming up with a center for excellence on bio inputs. If we say that we don't want to just use these kind of the pesticides, the fungicides, we have to find the alternates, and we are coming up with a center for excellence on bio input production at Vadora. That is, oh sorry, and let me share with you. मैं आपको ये क्यों बता रहा हूँ आपको? I was so pleased to just listen to the comments of all of you. It is so encouraging to me that we from the Jammu and Kashmir can matter, we will matter, and we can be part of that big change, which the whole country wants to see at the national level. इसी तरह से, if this center is at a cost of around 25 crore rupees, we are putting up on another center for excellence at a cost of 13 crore rupees. It is, we call it protected cultivation. मैं बता रहा था आपको bio input and bio control at a cost of 10 crore rupees, then speed building at 10 crore. And price forecasting and market intelligence at 13 crore. We are going to establish one center for excellence on tulips at a cost of 30 crore rupees. And we are also going to set up one center for excellence on multiple evolution and embryo transfer technology at Mansbal at a cost of 15 crore rupees. Again, another center for excellence on medicinal and aromatic plants at a cost of 15 crore rupees. Center of excellence on walnut research at a cost of 10 crore rupees. And then we are also going to have, that's almost principally agreed, going to have one aqua park, fisheries at a cost of 100 crore rupees. And all of those achievements are because my colleagues and my faculty, they are with us, and all time are these efforts from this university. We are very serious. Let me share with you, every meeting I am attending in this university, if I chair the university, I say that we don't have too much of time for us to waste in the meetings. Every event has to be an outcome-based kind of an event and a meeting. ये जो सब कुछ मैं जो थोड़ा सा मैंने आपको superficially बताया, but there are many more things which I don't want to just share here. It's all because we are now really very, very focused, and let me take it, let us take it very seriously that it is not a challenge for we in this university, this agriculture university, that this should be a success. It is a joint responsibility for all of us. So what I would rather suggest from here on is that once we are over, and you have the colleagues from the SKMs and from the medical fraternity, from the IM, from the IUST, then you have from the IMTech. Then, so together you would just write one kind of a document which would clearly define the role of the, not only of the institutions, but the role of the persons in that institution. We don't want that it is lost with the institution. हमने बोला भाई schemes वाले ये करेंगे, but then there was a change of the guard in the schemes, and then that's lost. We must identify the person and say that given his expertise, the expertise of that officer, and his drive, you identify the role, and then just work out that how should we meet very frequently, and how should we what we call as review this project very frequently. We call it as a PERT chart, performance evaluation and review technology. It is a standard technology that if you have a project and you have to have some kind of inbuilt mechanism of reviewing. It's called PERT. PERT, performance evaluation and review techniques are there. Please do one thing once we are over with this meeting, work with the colleagues here and see that how do you write that PERT chart, and how do we paste that PERT chart in the division on आपका एक थोड़ा सा बड़ा सा दीवार होगा, उस दीवार पे करीब 12 बाय 10 बाय 8 फुट का एक दीवार होगा. उस दीवार पे लिखा होना चाहिए कि अगर हमने आज ये पहली हमारी मीटिंग है, आज हम पहली बार स्टार्ट करें, these are the activities of my project, activity 1, 2, 3, 4. I must identify what is the outcome of this activity and the output. then I must identify the person who is responsible to carry on this activity. Then I must also identify the timeline for it. That's what we call as the PERT chart. इसको आप बनाएंगे और इसके इंशाल्लाह जो आपका वेब पोर्टल होगा तो वेब पोर्टल पे तो हो गई, you know, everybody can see it, all of us can see it, because very rightly said by all the colleagues here that this is we must thank the funding organization who have funded us, who have taken our concept and then granted this project to us compared to the IIT Bombay, wherein it is a project granted to them at a cost of just rupees 15 crore. तो हमें इस opportunity को lose नहीं करना है. मैं आपसे थोड़ा सा just few comments I would say again, and then let me just give you some kind of the confidence that we can do it together. I mean, all of us can do it together. ये जो वन हेल्थ कॉन्सेप्ट आज से 1-1.5 साल पहले यहाँ पे शुरू हुआ, डॉक्टर एजाज मेरे कलीग यहाँ पे, तो आई जस्ट चैलेंज हिम. मैंने कहा that we want to just have this one health concept in this university. रिस्पांसिबिलिटी हम सब की है, लेकिन ज्यादा रिस्पांसिबिलिटी मैंने कहा ये एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटी की रिस्पांसिबिलिटी है. क्यों? ज्यादा डैमेज हमने ही किया, जिसने ज्यादा नुकसान किया उसी को चाहिए कि वो ज्यादा सामने आ जाए. तो दैट is now almost ready. We are going to just move it through our regulatory bodies. Maybe it is a matter of just the approvals for those regulatory bodies that we are very much. I believe you must be having some few pages of that One Health Center. I congratulate Ajaz and your entire team. ये तो antimicrobial resistance तो हमने बात करी है. We are also working on the vaccines. This is the first university in the country who are working at one point of a time on 5 genetically modified vaccines. And that's not an easy job. और वो वाले vaccine, many of those diseases are zoonotic. Then जैसे भी आप कह रहे थे regenerative medicine पे हम यहाँ पे काम कर रहे हैं. Details are there. Then gene editing technologies. Earlier, I believe a couple of years before, it used to be a part of our curriculum. किताबों में लिखा हुआ करता था, something about gene editing, something about CRISPR-Cas technology, something about regenerative medicine. But now we are actually working on those stem cell based kind of bandages which will help in healing of your wounds or burns, and the kind of the vaccines and the arthritis, and then those diagnostic kits which we are developing, and the rickettsial fever which is so common in other parts of the world, and we could develop. And one of my another colleague, he is in bioinformatics. He has handled a very huge data set in New Zealand Medical School. I believe some 30 years of data set. He was working on epigenetics. He has identified some markers. One of the markers is responsible for your lung health, and another marker is responsible for your heart health. So details are with that guy, and they have filed some patents, and the New Zealand government, and they have prepared those kits. But then we are trying to see that how do we parallelly see that such kind of studies we also initiate in India. So I tell you very honestly, we people in Jammu and Kashmir, all the universities are tremendously very competent. We have the competence. I have the faith in my faculty here that we will push this project, take it to the next level, and see that how do we play a role. For example, मैं मेडिकोज से बात कर रहा हूँ. एक तो आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा कि हमारे जो pulling forces है, the industry would never help such a kind of a project to succeed. क्योंकि मेरे ख्याल में पूरी दुनिया में अगर कोई एक जो है ना इंडस्ट्री डिक्टेट करती है गवर्नमेंट्स को, वो है ये जो फार्मास्यूटिकल इंडस्ट्री. और इट्स होल वर्ल्ड रन्स ऑन देयर whims and wishes. We are just playing यहाँ पे हम सभी जो है ना जो बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज हैं, हम सभी we are just playing at their tones. डॉक्टर भी वही प्रेस्क्राइब करेगा जो मेडिकल कंपनी जो है ना सोचेगी. उनको पता होता है कि भाई how they want to just push it. So let me say you that besides wonderfully said that we must create awareness at the local levels, that's given in mosques, at schools, colleges वगैरह हर जगह. But then I believe the bigger role comes on part of the medicals. हमने जिस तरह से एक 5,000 करोड़ का एक पॉलिसी डॉक्यूमेंट लिखा, हमने गवर्नमेंट को बोला एक पॉलिसी है, इस पॉलिसी को अगर हम करेंगे तो हमें ये बेनिफिट्स होंगे. तो मुझे तो लगता है कि पैरेलली द medicals must come up with a policy, not necessarily that you ask for money, but if you believe that you require money, you can ask the government. But then if you convince the government that what a big challenge it is for this use of indiscriminate use of the antibiotics. So together we can fight those forces which are compelling us to write those kind of very cheap antibiotics here. मेरे ख्याल में ये एक छोटा लास्ट मैसेज है मेरी तरफ से कि we could together write a policy for the government together, all of us, that how should we regulate the use of the antibiotics. So कोई भी I mean the pharmacist जो है he will not be able to sell the drug if it's not prescribed by a doctor. So some kind of a mechanism, strict mechanism has to be there, wherein, and at the same time, we have to just create an awareness amongst doctors. We must hold certain kind of such workshops for the medical fraternity, bring them on one platform, convince them that, for those small materialistic gains, we don't want to just, damage this whole society. जैसे एग्रीकल्चर के चक्कर में हमने बहुत ज़्यादा डैमेज किया. मैं ऑनेस्टली आई एम जस्ट टेकिंग यू एंड टेलिंग यू. अभी यहाँ पे स्वामीनाथन, जो डॉक्टर स्वामीनाथन है, उनकी बात जो WHO में थी, उनके जो फादर थे MS स्वामीनाथन, when he is considered to be the father of this green revolution in India. So 1968 में, under compelling reasons, I am saying under compelling reasons, India would bring in this kind of intensive agriculture. We call it the green revolution. 1968 में, while speaking in one Indian science the Congress, he would say, अभी ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन आया नहीं था, अभी हमने केमिकल्स लाए नहीं थे, अभी हमने यूरिया और पोटैश वाले फर्टिलाइजर लाए नहीं थे. बट दैट टाइम सी द विजडम ऑफ दैट गाय एंड हिज फोरसाइट. उस वक्त उसने कहा दैट अंडर कंपल्शन वी आर गोइंग टू इंट्रोड्यूस दिस ग्रीन revolution concept in India because we are a country of the hungry and the poor. But then it is going to damage our environment, our ecosystem. After 10, 20, 30, 40, or 20 extent, it would be very difficult for us to recoup the those damages and the losses. He said it 1968, but under compelling reasons. But today, हमको पता चला है कि जब यहाँ पे infection, because doctors have played a very, very important role in combating the infectious disease. Of course, emergence of new diseases, it keeps on happening. COVID आया तो उससे पहले हमें लग रहा था कि now there is अब ये इन्फेक्शियस डिजीज का कोई बहुत बड़ा खतरा नहीं है. उसके बाद हमें पता नहीं अभी खतरा है इसका इन्फेक्शियस डिजीज का. बट यू हैव प्लेड अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. जब पेनिसिलिन पहली बार आया था तो दैट टाइम इट वाज अ काइंड ऑफ अ मिरेकल फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस. People were dying of infection. Penicillin came and then it was a cure. But then over the period of years, we believe that kind of generations of the antibiotics we have brought in. But of course, we have been able to just cure and control those infectious diseases. But the उसके जो damages हैं वो भी हम जानते हैं. तो जिस तरह से हमने एग्रीकल्चर ये कोशिश करी है कि that we do it, I believe together we can also initiate a mass awareness kind of a program and convince the government that we need to take that initiative from Jammu and Kashmir. But I'm telling you very honestly, if you do it in the times of the Honorable Lieutenant Governor, today, he is the one who can just take this call. He is the one who will say yes, but then we have to take that first call to just write that concept and then approach him and tell him that the way this Jammu and Kashmir state and the UT has taken many initiatives and many firsts, so also can we take in this AMR because this is a global concern. मैं आपको एक बार फिर से मुबारकबाद करता हूँ सारे जो हमारे स्टेक होल्डर्स, आपको इस फैकल्टी को मुबारकबाद करता हूँ और आपका मैं शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ कि आपने, because we understand how busy you are in your own church, at your own respective places. You have taken time, you have come to here, you have shared your valuable thoughts to us, and I believe that once they would be just writing those minutes of this meeting, please try to see and reconstruct their words and see that all the kind of the nice words they have said to us, which is some guidance for us, and that will go into the archives of this university. That one project was sanctioned by the government of India at this very particular cost, and that first meeting was held. These were the officers who were present in that first meeting, and these were their comments and their arguments, and which will take a learning from them and then go further. तो एक बार फिर से मेरी तरफ से आप सबको बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो इस बड़ी अचीवमेंट के लिए जो हमने इकट्ठे करी है. This is not an achievement of us, this is an achievement for all of us. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom and visionary words that you have enlightened the forum and about the progresses in the SKUAST-K Kashmir. We're really thankful to you for your leadership, all that. Sir, I would like to hear announce, my dear colleagues, that it is a big announcement that we are doing in this university too. We are organizing a summit on Kashmir Science Vision 2024 on August 2nd and August 22 and 23rd. So 22nd and 23rd August. It is a Kashmir Science Vision. Science Vision. So it is a huge summit of this kind. I request you to you, please give your hands, and we should make this event a successful event. We have to draft a policy, we have to frame a policy document just to pass that document to the government agencies, because we have certain motivations for this region. We want to just let earlier it has been funding for separate funding for Kashmir. Now that has shifted to Northeast. We are focused. We are in touch with the Secretary of DBT. We are in touch with the Secretary of DST, ICMR. They should revive such findings. So kindly come up and join your hands with us for this event. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. I would now request Professor Muhammad Altaf Bhatt, Professor, Veterinary Microbiology, to kindly come up to the lectern and deliver the vote of thanks.
There is a saying that if the only thing you ever do in your life is to say thanks, then you have done your job. So that is why I am privileged, I am honored to offer the vote of thanks over here. I, on behalf of Division of Animal Biotechnology from Faculty of Veterinary Science, would like to convey our heartfelt gratitude and deep respect to our Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Nazir Ahmad Ganai, who happens to be the chief guest of this session, for making his presence here in this event and embellishing this event by his wise words. Sir, your address has always have set a tone, in fact, a splendid tone for our future endeavors. We are highly thankful to our fraternity from medical field. You see, your presence here is acknowledgement of the fact that you also share the same concerns and same issues which we feel about this society in Kashmir particularly. And you too also subscribe to our idea, the brainchild of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, that is to have a one health perspective, one health approach to our issues. And your presence here, we are thankful for it, and it is a subscription from your side on this spot. We are thankful to our members from our sister universities and sister research institutes who have reposed trust on SKUAST Kashmir, and they have always given a helping hand to us, and they have given us an opportunity that we embark on those issues and those which are very pressing to our society. I will be failing my duty if I will not acknowledge the efforts put in by our officers of the university, particularly the Dean Faculty of Veterinary Sciences and the heads of the divisions of our faculty, whose support, though silent, but is always sound. We are highly thankful to those people who have supported us from behind the scene. It is not actually possible to name them one by one. And we are last but not the least, we are thankful to the media, both press and electronic, who will amplify the message that has taken from this side and help SKUAST Kashmir and this August gathering to reach out to the masses. And finally, we will thank the IT people also who have supported us for all these activities here. Thank you very much.
As we move towards the end of this inaugural program, I would like to request you people to kindly, before moving up the stairs for the formal inaugural of the Center of Excellence, I would request you that once the inaugural is done, we have to move for a group photograph and then shift for the high tea. Now, I request the dignitaries to kindly move up the stairs for the formal inaugural of the Center of Excellence for AMR in One Health. Please.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.